Hi everyone, today I've popped back over the English border to visit St Mary's Church in Brilley. First built in the 12th century, this is a stunning Grade 2 star listed building, first designated on the 16th of October 1967. Before we go inside, we'll have a quick look around the graveyard. It's a fairly large graveyard, but not overcrowded. There's a few yew trees here and some really nice gravestones. These ones outside the east window appear to be the oldest ones. The old wooden tower was burnt down on the 19th of January 1910, complete with a clock that had only been put up in 1890. The present stone tower, with clock and 8 hemispheric bells, was built in 1912. Here is the remains of a preaching cross with a square base with 2 square steps. The shaft is from the 14th century. According to tradition, the top was broken by Puritans in 1643. There is now an 18th century sundial on top. This was known as the funeral stone. A coffin was carried 3 times around it to prevent the devil from obtaining the soul of the deceased. I love when I read about these kind of stories. In the old days they were very superstitious, and I myself are quite superstitious, and that brings me on to this lovely yew tree. So if I end up being buried inside a graveyard, my wish is that I be buried under a yew tree. They are such special spiritual trees, and in a weird way I'm quite jealous of these people who are buried here. The south porch is made of timber on a dwarf stone wall. It was rebuilt in 1865 and then restored again in 1890 on the old lines, incorporating much of the 15th century woodwork. Unfortunately, the gutters are leaking and they're probably slowly wearing away the gravestone underneath. These are 2 nice graves. The first one is of Charlotte Williams, who died in 1919. And the next one is the Reverend Henry Williams, who died 1893. This is a very unique feature, like a shelf that's part of the wall. It's really nice. Unfortunately, I didn't film it, but by the entrance gate there's a war memorial, and one of the soldiers on it was actually awarded the Victoria Cross in the First World War. So if anyone knows who that is, please leave the details in the comments below. That is a very special and rare medal to be awarded, so I'd love to know who that hero was. We'll head inside the church now. I've actually started to learn to open the doors first and get the lights on so I can film properly. It's really nice inside here. It's actually quite big and there's plenty of seating here. The font is from the 12th century and it's such a lovely shape. The wooden font cover was added by public subscription in 1967 in memory of Edward Norman Marrison, who was the headmaster of the local school. There's plenty of ledger stones spread around the church, mostly from the 18th and 19th century, and the oldest one is from the 17th century. This is an iron cross which became detached from the grave of a John Walter Lee, who was the vicar here from 1873 till his death in 1887. These iron crosses, once common, are now rare. And next to it, a cast iron slab, which formerly stood outside the east end of the church. It is inscribed, Gilbert Hare, died 13th of February 1669. Margaret, his daughter, who died March the 22nd, 1669. Gilbert was once the church warden. The roof is from the 14th century, of trussed rafter and collar beam type, and it appears to be in a very good condition. The nave has been extended to the west and was restored back in 1865. There's 4 stunning windows here, so I'll play some music while we take a closer look. So I hope you've all enjoyed the tour of this lovely church. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't great, so I couldn't fly my drone. I've got plenty of other videos coming up, so if you do enjoy them, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. I look forward to seeing you all very soon.